Testing, testing. Hey guys.
Here we go.
So they can hear us now. Can you guys hear us?
Hello.
Hey guys.
Oh, I do that every time.
Feedback.
Got the feedback.
We're on. Surprise.
Surprise, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to read both comments. And it's still doing it.
We
These
are
darn
here in
iPhones.
studio.
Sorry. I'm
Live
sorry.
Q&A tonight. What's up?
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh. It's on everything. This is why we do practice.
Oh, I do that every time.
Feedback.
Got the
We're on. Sweet. Okay, so
All right.
now that we're not like double thinking and all the feedback, what's up, Jeremiah? What
Man,
we
I'm
doing tonight?
I'm happy you're here. I mean, it's been so long since you've actually been in the studio,
Yeah, it's
and
been
we can
a
actually
while.
literally talk without feedback. I remember that being the first time we ever did a Skiba News Nation together. I was like, this is
It's
amazing.
way different. Way
There's no feedback, you know?
Yeah, no pauses, no awkward talking over
Yeah.
each other because we don't know who's going
I've-
and who's not. You know?
I bet
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, hey guys, we're gonna do like a Q&A. Just wanted to pop on here and do something cool since I'm in town here in Dallas. And if you have any questions or you guys want to talk about any topics or current events or whatever, you just go ahead and jump over to YouTube if you're on Facebook, or leave a comment on the live chat over on YouTube, and we'd love to hang out a little bit, just for a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
just
hang out.
chill.
We do have exciting. I mean, we film every Wednesdays, so you guys we'll be doing a meetup, and you guys can come see us on Wednesday. So that's tomorrow. At what time? It was 5 to 9, or just whenever everybody's ready to go.
At
Really.
4:44 p.m. on the dot. So yeah, Andretti's here in Dallas, Texas.
Somebody said your mic ain't right.
Your mic isn't right.
Who's Mike?
Who's Mike?
Who's Mike?
Oh, I don't have yours on.
Who's yours?
I have mine on. Hold on. Now
Oh.
you go.
Okay,
Can
who was off?
Can
Which
you
one?
hear me better?
You were off.
I was off.
Was on.
Oh, gotcha.
I pressed the wrong one.
Do we sound better?
All right, can
Mom?
you hear us all equally now? Equal mics.
I have a dream.
I believe in equal mics for all people.
Equal mics.
Oh man.
White shirt. White
Oh
shirt.
yeah,
so,
that's me.
So
I guess
Jake's,
my mic was
Jake's
off.
mic, Opa.
Huh?
Yeah.
Jake's mic.
Yeah, I just fixed
Yeah, he just put her back.
Oh,
on.
okay,
All right,
okay.
cool. It's better. All right. Cool.
Okay, sweet. It's better. Thank you,
Well,
Opa.
I will say it again. We're just doing a cool little Q&A. If you guys have any interesting things you want to talk about, current events or whatever, put them over in the live chat. We'd love to hang out a little bit tonight.
Yep. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Hey Jake. Hey Jeremiah. Hey. How
Hey,
are ya?
Jerry. Good to see you on the chat.
She's the one that sent me all these cool things. And I'll show you while I'm here because we have the time to do it. She sent me this really cool JFK book that I was talking about the other day.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jerry. That's amazing.
She
Let me
also-
see this thing. What is
It's amazing.
JFK, The Torch is
Let me
Passed.
show you what else. She sent me some of the coolest stuff ever.
We were recently just talking about the Statue of Liberty. Jeremiah was like telling his girlfriend, "Hey, is the Statue of Liberty?"
Well, I kept telling her that it was a man. She was like, "No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not." And I was looking on YouTube, nothing about it being a man. And then I asked you, and you were like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah, yeah. The old statues you see that are wearing the same crown as Minerva.
And then she also gave us this very cool Bruce Lee magazine. You like Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee.
You know, I would love to do a history on him because I think he was murdered by
Mafia.
the mafia, yeah, the Chinese mafia.
I've heard that before.
And
That's
his son,
possible.
I would think.
It's pronounced Gary. I'm sorry, I said Jerry.
How dare you?
Okay.
No, thanks, Garrett.
All right. So I see we have Bruce and Anthony Lacrosse.
You said you saw JJ?
Laros. Yeah,
Somebody
somebody
said-
said, "What's up, JJ?"
Maybe
I
they
don't-
think you're JJ.
Am I JJ?
I don't know. I've often wondered, But this amazing JJ's natural CBD rub, which I use. I didn't know I used this one. It smells so good. So let me check the Facebook and see if there's anything
I
that,
got 2 comments. You want to look at my phone?
for what?
Facebook.
I have my Facebook pulled up, but okay, here we go. Here's Zach Lewis, friend of mine. Let me make sure. Okay, we're just learning this, so bear with us. It said, "What's up, guys? Did you hear about the Dean Odell debate?"
Yes, my wife and I were actually talking about on the way back home, swinging through there and going to that. So it's going to be a big flat Earth debate in Tennessee at Greg Locke's church between Dean Odell and Greg Locke. And while Dean Odell did get along with your dad on the flat Earth topic, they did have their fair share of debates on other stuff. I will say that. But when it comes to who we're rooting for, we definitely would want to go and see if Dean could, teach Greg Locke a thing or two. He's a big mega church pastor.
It looks like he can get on the video chat or something. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it says bring on video. Or should I just not mess with that?
I think that's like bringing comments up and stuff.
And then it said there's video message.
Yeah, we should definitely support him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think if Dean Odell can do well in that flat Earth debate, I think it's December 4th or something around that time frame. Man, it would be huge. Like, can you imagine just how many people would be like swayed to look into alternative cosmology? It'd be amazing because it is a mega church pastor, and it's amazing he's willing to take Dean onto his platform there because, it's I would not want to be on the side defending something so hard to prove both scripturally and scientifically, other than just the general consensus that we should fully believe and obey NASA and the government and whatnot. So,
well, I can show something else that I found cool. This was in my dad's stuff, so actually I got 2 other things for you. This was the last things that he was researching, and it's NASA disclosures and Yah's Enoch calendar.
Oh,
which
cool.
I thought was really interesting. It has Wernher von Braun, the most loved Nazi in the world, and L. Ron Hubbard, and Aleister Crowley, and whoever that guy is. And I think that's Howard Hughes. Is
That's
that Howard
Jack
Hughes?
Parsons. Yeah.
Same thing. But it's this one giant leap, and this was when they let me get the glare out. But you got to take a look through this because
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's some crazy stuff. And this was 1969. He has boxes and boxes and boxes full of stuff like that. And I think it would blow your mind some of the stuff that he kept because he was legit debunking it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go through the archives of a researcher, you're bound to find some cool little knickknacks in there. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's really neat.
And then we got some other comments.
Oh. All right, churches absolutely need to be educated of the Bible they believe. Prayers for Dean. Yes. Yeah, yes, if I can, I would love to make it to that debate. I'd love to see that.
Pizza?
Pizza?
Pizzagate?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we have something behind us that looks like pizza? No?
What do you guys think about the 5-day ceasefire presented by Israel? Oh, well.
We were just kind of talking about that last night.
We were discussing how it's interesting that Israeli citizens are being prohibited and it's now illegal to criticize the government and the war. And we have a friend that has tried to reach out to us and communicate about the situation in Israel through puppets and children.
And I know it sounds weird, but he says he's very passionate about puppets. But the way that he says it and the way that his puppet shows look like he's
trying to get a message out, but he's like being silenced by the government and afraid to. If he actually speaks like as we're speaking right now, you could associate that with criticism of government, breaking the law. But if it's satire and if it's behind animals and puppets and stuffed animals like talking about the situation, then you can almost pass it off as something he can get through kind of the government's monitoring. So it was really interesting regarding
now those of y'all who are Skiba News Nation fans, you will know who we're talking about, but
yes,
we're not going to say his name.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can
just to
see
be
some
safe.
of our previous episodes, and we've talked about maybe doing a little investigation on some of the stuff going on there, since criticizing the current situation is prohibited. But in terms of a ceasefire, I think the whole world is being set up in a divisive way. Some supporting Israel, some supporting Free Palestine movement, and it's just hilarious because the Free Palestine movement is all about free Palestine, from sea to river, right? But they don't implicate the concept of total genocide of the Jewish people that live there. And then you have on the other side, just kind of the war bells are ringing, as we see Israel doing to Gaza what we saw the United States government do for the past 20 years to people there in the Middle East, for various, motivations and reasons, all under the flag of the war on terror, which we know that this recent attack was called the 9/11 of Israel. And so it makes sense that we see, very similar kind of hoorah, a lot of local support for the conflict. But I would just say, don't get swept away. Keep aware of what's happening, but don't choose a side, because
I feel like all they're trying to do is divide us.
Yes.
In every situation. It's starting to get like almost too right in front of your face. Like, they want us to hate each other so bad, whether it be race, whether it be politics, whether it be what side do you choose, But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all human beings. We're all the same. Like, we should all just get along. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. We have an opportunity to grow, and oftentimes when we get swooped into these big emotional events, it can lead us away from the more important things, which is community building, working on our own family, faith, everything. So anyways.
And just love,
What do you think about the ceasefire? That's what I want to know. I mean, if you're asking, maybe you have opinion yourself. So,
who said that?
Gary.
Okay. All right. Tornado?
We see Shay in the chat.
Hey, Shay.
Anthony's there. Thank you, Gary, by the way, for the super chat. That was very kind of you.
Yes, thank you.
Gary just said, I just keep praying for Jesus, Yeshua's return. Amen. Yes. I mean, I think more than ever, I think it's important to, just, look at all these world events as signs that the time is changing, and we're getting closer and closer to things that biblical prophets have prophesied about. And, recently there's been a lot of people who've been falling away from the faith, whether it's completely rejecting the Bible and falling away from believing in Yeshua, and that's a serious thing, especially when you see today's world, because you see that warned about that there's going to be a great falling away, and it's all the more reason to stay really firm in your beliefs and in the scriptures and the Messiah, because as the world falls apart, we're going to have all the more reason to be distracted and just focused on other things. So that's really what gives us hope in the midst of all this chaos. And
that's why unity is important.
Yes. Family coming together. Yes. Tammy K, hello.
Hey, Tammy.
Bung, I am here. I do not have to get along with people, but I definitely have no right to murder someone, let alone... Okay, all right, well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Shalomi, homie, Kristen, and Ray. Awesome.
Man,
Yeah.
I love when it's just all of y'all's messages, because then it's like I could read through them. We're reading it on an iPad. We can normally put it up on the screen, but we're still learning. So bear with us. So when you first saw the new setup, kind of, did you
Yeah.
always think that this was green screen?
The sticker looks almost like an asset you just dragged in and dropped
know.
there. Like
It freaks me out sometimes.
And sometimes when you're recording, your head never bumps in front of it because it kind of looks cartoonish.
Is it a
that
conspiracy?
Skiba News Nation thing up there. Oh, that's a good topic. So there's a possibility we might be presenting a conspiracy to Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
The comedian, MMA star guy, appeared on Joe Rogan, very pro flat Earth. Mentioned Rob Skiba several times, and
I'll post that video.
different things.
I'll post that video on Facebook of him talking about him. But
So we're excited. It might happen this week, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But I wanted to see if you guys have any ideas. So what the shtick is we ought to present a very convincing kind of conspiracy to a panel, kind of like Shark Tank.
Yeah, but what do they call it? It's like
The
Swam-
crab tank.
swam tank.
Tank.
Something weird like that.
Yeah,
something cool.
Yeah, twist on Shark Tank. But what do you guys think would be good conspiracies for us to present? Whether it's something we've talked about on the show in the past, or something that you personally think we should look into real quick before we have that opportunity.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I went to a party with my girlfriend Lindsay one time, and they were all sitting around. There were a couple of people that had watched the show, and I was very thankful for that. And they were like, "What's one conspiracy theory? Like, what's your favorite?" And I said, "Helen Keller." And they said, "What?" And they said, "Why?" And I said, "Because I can prove it. I can do my best to prove that she was not deaf and blind." And then I show them the clip, and they're like, "Whoa, this doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, nothing makes sense. She flew an airplane, blind and deaf, and do this."
Let me tell you a bunch of things.
Jake saying hello.
Yeah. Let's see. Have you watched very many Sean? I can't see. There's like a heart in the way. Sean Ryan shows. Great information there. I'm not super familiar with the name. I may have. I'd have to see the face.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with names.
You mean to
but-
try to pull it up?
Yeah, Sean Ryan. Need more info on Antarctica and what is actually going on. They're keeping us out. Absolutely. I mean, I just saw like a little short that talked about how Antarctica is actually the driest desert in the world, and I thought that was super interesting. But the precipitation was like less than the desert in Africa, the Sahara Desert or whatever.
There's just a bunch of different guys. It's probably a popular name.
Yeah, I'd have to look up Sean Ryan, but thank you for suggesting it. He does interviews with whistleblowers, they say. So yeah, I would definitely like to check him out then.
We could definitely whistleblow on some of what the hospital system did to my dad.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
And we drove by that today, and I can't even look at that place. Like, it just makes me so angry. So.
Yeah, and you guys, if you want to ask Opa any questions too, he's here in the studio with us. So
It was a personal request, maybe.
you know what I found out today? Opa went to high school with the OG Wonder Woman,
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. That blew my mind. You know,
I told him that
Opa's so
downstairs.
cool. He's just like the regular old like.
He's
Forrest
Forrest Gump,
Gump.
but not special needs.
Yeah,
He's the smart version of Forrest Gump, you know?
Exactly.
Flew on an airplane with John Denver, and there's a good episode that I think we did about that. And being at the Austin shooting, that's a pretty crazy
Pat
one
Boone
too. What?
I met Pat Boone too.
Pat Boone.
Pat
He's a
Boone.
country singer.
Oh,
Oops.
cool.
You also met Peter Nygaard.
Yeah, Peter Mygard I worked with.
Oh man, it's not good.
Ray Kennedy said, "We tried to get your mom on with the book. He said she is on the list, but so much happening now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's kind of been off social media for a while because reliving the book has really, it took a lot out of her. Like, she put her heart and soul. I mean, this thing is crazy big. I mean, she had to relive it twice. She lived it twice. So I'm proud of her for putting her phone down and that's why if you want to reach my mom, just send me or Jake a text and or a message and we'll get back to you. But she'll be back sometime soon. I would be assuming.
Somebody said, Christian said, I was in a company meeting today where they have introduced multiple AED units being added on location as if this is normal. Like you would add a first aid kit. They did not have so many units before. Yeah, you got all the myocarditis situations. Recently there's been a lot of litigation against pharmaceutical companies, people suing. They're
Good.
proving that the Big V has actually caused exactly what we've been talking about for years. Of course,
They've actually given us strikes for that reason.
yeah,
For
warning
saying
people,
that.
don't take it. It's dangerous. It's not been tested. It's the intent behind it is to either make you a lifelong patient that has to take their medicine and pay them with your insurance or out
That's
of pocket.
Good point.
Or just in terms of the money that pharma has made, depopulation, whatever. But more and more mainstream news is starting to cover how it's being proven that to cause myocarditis and the various V's that were given over the past few years. Yes, they've not had so many units, let alone have a whole meeting about it. Yeah, it's like everybody's having heart issues now because everybody was forced to participate, and so they have to add those chest zappers all over the place. Oh man.
And young people too, right?
Oh yeah, like untold of before, but now it's like a common occurrence. Young people with heart issues.
They just died suddenly, I guess.
Sudden adult death syndrome.
Yeah, sad.
Crazy.
So sad.
So yes, it was Pat Boone, the singer.
Pat Boone.
Can you name one of his songs?
No.
Maybe they might know.
He was in a lot of movies too.
Yeah, I remember him being in movies, but
Hey, what does he look like?
And he drank a lot of milk.
Pat Boone is a milk drinker, huh?
yeah, he's one of those milk drinkers.
Oh, was he one like on the
No,
Got
just-
Milk commercials or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a put down. He's one of them milk drinkers.
Oh, that guy. Okay. I'm not
Let's see
super
what
familiar.
some of his songs are. I'm curious. I'm gonna do best of. We can't play it or we get it copyrighted. Best of, or if you guys know any Pat Boone songs, let us know while I'm searching.
Gary remembers the movies he was in.
Pat
Yep.
Boone. These are like
Oh, wait a
playlists.
minute, I don't have to do that.
Greatest hits. Oh, it's trying to get me to listen to it. I don't want to. But I know I have one of his vinyls downstairs. Like, you got to see my big record collection last night.
It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And you can thank Opa for that because he took real good care of his records. And that's cool because that's the way that music was intended to be heard. And I don't know. I think it's a they say it's coming back, but it's really never gonna be. It's never gonna be what it used to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Vinyl, there's something about listening to the physical element of that music as it's played through the record that's just so different than something like it's a digital file.
Well, that's
you
how
know?
they intended it to be heard. I'm sure.
This is Pat Boone today.
Oh, that's Pat Boone.
Today.
He
Oh,
looks like the
today,
dude
okay.
that Happy Gilmore punch kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them older fellers. He's still alive?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Me and Jake were just watching a video about the Mandela Effect and
Oh, yeah.
finding out more stuff that neither one of us knew. And I will say that's the one topic that really messed me up when I first learned it.
Whew,
It
me
just-
too. Dude, I was freaking out that like it was in 2015 that I really like one day just watched a whole 2 or 3 videos. And if you guys were Mandela Effect like people around that time period or heard about it back then, you'll remember who was spilling the beans. It was like this old bearded guy who lives out, and he would stand in the woods and tell you about Mandela Effect. You remember that guy, or you ever see him?
Maybe it's Mandela Effect, so I don't remember.
Yeah, he was one of the original breakers of the Mandela Effect concept. He would have like an hour-long video where he'd show all these different Mandela effects, and it just freaked me out so bad a few times. But you know, honestly, I don't know what to think about the topic, because there's some that are really almost like that. That just seems like there's no way that it could be what it supposedly actually is. You
And
know?
I did that one history on. I can't remember what episode it was, but it was just I was just hitting the surface. I wasn't really going deep into it because I didn't know if I was ready for it at that point. Because I mean, there are legit people that have remember something and then finding out that it was a Mandela effect and then being like, okay, whatever, and then it was changed back, and it's like that these people are just like mind blown, sitting in their chair like, what just happened?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they've even changed Bible verses allegedly.
Yeah, the lion lays down with the lamb is not in the actual Bible. It's
No, but it is in an Elvis song.
in the Elvis.
Lion.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why everybody remembers it that way.
Well, yeah, it was probably one of my favorite gospel songs of his, but it's everywhere. There's so many songs that say, I mean, if you go into a church, you'll see a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's the wolf.
It's the wolf will lay down with the lamb. It's really interesting. You know, I think it's a comment on false memory syndrome, perhaps. Like as people watch media, that kind of telephone games, all the different content, eventually you can remember it wrong. But I also do think there's like some that kind of like, I think Berenstain Bears is the one that really messed me up the most, because I remember seeing that show, and I like off the top of my head it was Berenstain Bears. But anyways, I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those conspiracies that really just makes you scratch your head, and you're like, well, if that's true, then you know.
Mine are like all the logos, like the Coca-Cola logo is different now, the Ford logo is different now, and it's always been like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could understand if it like got better through the years, or they changed it a little bit, but it's the same. People have gone back in these like record books, and it's always been the same, and it's crazy. And I was like, because my autistic brain sees images more so than it sees like words, like Fruit Loops, like people see. But the cornucopia, that
Fruit of the Loom, yeah.
How many of you guys remember a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo?
Yeah, I definitely
Never there.
I feel like I remember that, yeah. But in the end, it's like, man, why are only these little logo, nuancy kind of media things the ones changing? Like,
They're trying to see what they can get away with. Just like with
Maybe,
Helen Keller.
maybe.
What can you get away with?
yeah.
If you can get away with Helen Keller, you can get away with Stephen Hawking. You can get away with that. You can get away with something bigger.
Yeah.
The JFK assassination. You know, it's a good example.
Kristen said, if we question reality, then we question God. I mean, that's a really good point. Gary said, I can't hear you, Jeremiah. I don't know if the mic...
Oh, you can't hear me? No, you can hear me, Opa? Somebody said they couldn't. That's why I'm
okay.
asking. All right.
Yeah, you're right, Kristen. I think that is one of the distractions of the Mandela Effect, is really if you start questioning reality, then you do question God, you know, and it lends to the deception that's in a lot of the mainstream, like Marvel movies and superhero movies recently. Even in like Star Wars now, they're applying this concept, is the whole concept of the multiverse and parallel realities. And I think part of that deception is it takes you away from the reality of the importance of this reality. And if they make the multiverse real, if they manifest that into our reality, then people will just be like, it doesn't matter what I do in this reality. In some reality, I'm a good person, you know?
Well, that's why the Mandela Effect freaked me out, because I was like, this is an alternate. Like I don't know what's real anymore. I legit thought the world ended because I watched a video in 2012, and then finally I left the house and I was able to get out. But it's just like a distraction.
Yeah. It definitely is. I remember going to my buddy's house and being like, "Hey, they're changing things," and like all night I stayed up like reading the Bible because I thought if they were changing like the Bible, I was like, the only thing that'll remain untainted is the stuff I've hidden in my heart. And I mean, it was a good concept that I probably should still, I should still apply to today. But that's one thing that really impacted me back when I first got freaked out about that thing. I was like, well, what if that's what they're doing? They're trying to, make people seem crazy who remember it, the right way or whatever. Somebody made a comment. They said, I remember Rob uploading a video by Israeli News Now talking about when John Kerry and Krill, the head of the Eastern Orthodox Church, took the Ark of Gabriel to Antarctica. Ooh, interesting. Exactly. They're saying the Bible has been changed and that will cause us to question the truth of God's Word. Yes.
That'd be a good segment, like some of my dad's old content, but like we bring new light to it.
I'd love to do that.
Should we kind of tell them what we are planning about the documentary?
Yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you did most of the editing.
So yeah, we're hoping to eventually put out a kind of a compilation of Rob's best of moments and all of his presentations regarding biblical cosmology. And right now I have like a 16-hour long premiere file that has like all of the videos chopped up and kind of the clips that really he's driving home, some of his more interesting, convincing segments.
So we were thinking about putting it out as like almost like a series, like a documentary that you would watch for $4.44 or whatever we decide to do with it, but in segments, like the Greatest Reset, the one that he was in. I mean, that one was completely different than I think they had like 12. They had a lot of them, but that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Or if you guys would like a condensed version, we could do that. If you guys want a longer one, then we'll do several of them. But yeah.
Shay said they picked up the Ark of Gabriel at Mecca, where a plasma event had killed several hundred people. John Kerry was supposedly down there to speak to the Watchers chained under the earth. Oh, that's interesting. It's going to be so important to have the power of the Holy Spirit working in us and having a strong spirit of discernment to sift through us and all the junk info that gets thrown at us on the daily. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think information overload is one of the ways we get kind of carried away in today's world, and we lose sight of what's important.
Yep.
It can get very overwhelming sometimes that you have to step away from it all and get alone with God. Yeah.
That's a good point. It's kind of like what my mom is doing.
Yeah. It's good for us all to practice that, though, for sure.
And did you guys know in 2024, Best Buy is no longer going to be selling DVDs at all? It blew my mind when I heard it, and that's why we're going to do everything digital. Like, we're going to try to make everything that's my dad's, everything that's ours, everything digital, like this on a thumb drive. It's important to have a drive. I keep looking at this camera because that's the one that I look at during the show, but I got to get better at that. But yeah, I mean, if you guys would want that too, let me know.
The digital age, it's coming.
Yep.
Better get on the bandwagon, or you won't have a DVD player to play your DVDs.
But I mean, people love the books, and I love that they still love the books. Like, that makes me happy that they still want books. I mean, because they can't change that, you would think.
Yeah, physical copies are protected from grid shutdowns, from not having internet, from having a hard copy. I would highly suggest for everyone. Like, if you don't have books like Rob's books and books that you can reference in your pursuit of truth, then you need to get something hard because you're not always going to have your phone. It could break. You could lose it. You could
Throw it at
files
the
can be
wall.
destroyed. Hard drives can be deleted, but books, as long as your house isn't burning, will still stick around.
Yep.
Although I will say, if you're like on the run, traveling, you're gonna have more trouble carrying a big, suitcase of books.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go to Flattoberfest, was because
Yeah.
we weren't able to take all the books with us. So I was just like, it's gonna be way too hard. But we do need to do like a cool conference or meetup sometime. I don't know wherever you guys are.
Well, for sure. Like, once again, we're having a meetup here tomorrow in Dallas at Andretti's. So for those of you who are nearby, please come on down. We'd love to hang out. It would be great.
And we had a really good turnout last time, and it was last minute. And I was so surprised by it, and it was just awesome. Because we get like one-on-one time with people that we've never physically met, but then when you meet them personally, it's like it gets even deeper. Like,
Yeah.
You guys are family to me. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome. Yeah, somebody was asking about your dad's thumb drive with all your dad's material. Where can they get that and find out more about that?
I can actually post it. It should be, if you go to the community tab on our YouTube channel, it'll be the Rob Skiba Legacy digital pack, and it has his life's work on it. And like everything, it's so crazy. Oh, we're back on this camera. And then he signed the bag. We took these from books that we were putting them in for him, like as he was on the road, and we would just stick them in there. But I just decided, until we're out of these, you guys will get something a little bit extra, and I thought it'd be super cool. So
Oh, here, I'll hold it so they can see it a little closer.
and I can probably post it in the in this.
Rob
I'll post it
Skiba
in the comment
Legacy
section.
Pack.
I'll post it in the comment section.
Yeah. Yeah, having a thumb drive like that, you'll always have access to that content. And, Rob has some of the best biblical cosmology stuff, the early Nephilim research. Really, if you want something that can really spin some heads at your local church or whatever, you're going to want to have access to that for sure. So, let's see. Somebody saying, what's the new Amazon program that they're pushing? Just seen that first of it today. I guess everything will go digital. You heard anything about a new Amazon?
Opa would probably be the person to ask. Opa, do you know anything about Amazon, the new program they're pushing?
No, they're pushing quite a few.
I know that they like, when I worked there, I mean, they treated us like as if we were supposed to be robots. So I would imagine it have something to do with robots, because it seemed like that's what they wanted. They wanted to work their employees to death. But can you tell us more? Maybe we can pull it up, or just see it. I did know that they were going to do drones for a while, and then that just kind of just stopped.
No, they're doing drones.
Oh, they are?
They are, but it's mostly commercial.
You know the Walmart that's close by? They have a drone that delivers stuff, and it's it's very strange. And then there's a CVS that I've seen in the parking lot that they take off and land and stuff.
Somebody asks, what would be a good starting point to learn biblical cosmology? Like, here is book 1, start here. Oh, I mean, if you're looking just for books, Rob's Zetetic Astronomy book is fantastic. It really goes through some of the early, most base kind of scientific reasons. If you're looking to get somebody into, biblically, why it's a good, thing to look into and believe about creation, Rob's Genesis Revelation series is fantastic. Let's see, for other videos, I think Flat Earth 101 is Mark Sargent's series. So he breaks down kind of the base concepts. Some other books, there's one by It's what if the Earth is what if you literally have it in this house. I've seen it. Can't remember the name.
I got too many
I
books.
feel bad because it's actually a really good introductory book, but
Well, Testing the Globe was my dad's, and Amazon made it to where people can't buy it, and so we're trying to find a different manufacturer to actually physically print them so we can
Awesome.
sell them. But it is on this digital thing, and we're thinking about doing more. Like, he had a bunch of packs, like the red pill pack and all that, and putting them on drives for you guys. So I thought that'd be cool.
well, Mal, I know if that price is too steep for you, you know, there is a lot of Rob's content that's on YouTube for free. So don't
Mhm.
worry, just go and check it out, the channel, and I'm sure you'll
It's
be
his
able to-
complete life's work. I mean,
Yeah. So
it's like what is it worth to you? You know, I'm willing to work with you. I mean,
yeah, send us an email. You know, but it's amazing. You know how many.
it has Facebook notes on there.
Oh
Have
yeah.
you, have you
Oh,
opened it?
yeah. There's so much. There's the books. There's the all the videos, the conference lectures.
Testing the Globe, the book
Yep.
is on there. I know that's been hard for people to find, just the book itself.
Yeah.
But
Well, so Ray said it's identified by letters than numbers, like ALG2346. Oh, is this the Amazon program he's talking about? That's interesting. We'll have to look that up. We'll do some more research into Amazon's new AI stuff. It's very interesting.
yeah, leave it in the comment section so we don't lose it after the live chat.
Yes. All right.
Don't see anything.
So I was thinking about giving this away at some point. What do you think?
Sure.
just
Yeah. I
sitting-
think
this-
somebody would love putting that on their wall.
Do you guys like this?
I like it.
It's
I think somebody
this was
would
my
love
first FE painting, and I signed it. And then the second one I ever did was the skateboard that I gave Jake. So
it. Epic. I
All
love
right.
it.
Question to Jake. Can you put your guns away, making me think I need to start pushing push-ups again?
Can I put my guns away?
I thought
Oh my-
I thought they were talking about my real gun. I was like, oh
No.
my gosh, my guns are out.
Oh, I'm just using my guns to hide my belly. My wife's pregnant right now, so I'm putting on sympathy weight. You know how it is. You know, when she's eating all her cravings and stuff, it's so easy to just join her. But, yeah, I'm not trying to intimidate anybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're offending me
Oh, my goodness.
with my scrawny arms. It's crazy, man.
I don't see anything.
Well, we will be filming tomorrow, and then if you guys are in the DFW area, we would love to meet you guys. So,
Shay said, congratulations to Isaac and Kaylee George on their marriage. Yeah, congratulations, guys.
congrats.
Awesome. Congrats on the new baby. Well, it's on the way, so baby's being developed right now. We're not through the hardest part yet. It's I like to call it the most wonderful, beautiful, and at the same time horrifying to watch Jack in the Box ever. Right? We don't find out if we're having a boy or girl till it's born, so it's kind of like a
And it's by
big
choice?
surprise. Yeah, we just.
Surprise!
Yeah, my mom and dad are always wondering, they're like, because we'll have our baby and we won't name the baby until like maybe a few days later, because we're like, well, once the baby's here, we're going to come up with the name that strikes us. So it's like, spontaneous.
Now,
and-
will it start with the same letter, boy or girl?
No, we'll just start thinking of names after it's born. So like a week later, my mom's like, so what's the name? We're tired of calling it the baby. Like, and then we'll have a little
Mom,
day where
it's the baby. That's what we named it.
we'll have a day where everybody comes over and they get to hear the name, and we make it special.
If it's a boy, his name better be Jeremiah.
Okay. Jeremiah Grant. The only problem is I have a cousin named Jeremiah, so
Man. Or Rob Skiba.
Rob.
You can always name him Opa.
Yeah, name it Opa.
Opa Grant. Oh man, we'll see. Like I said, we wait till the baby's born and then we start thinking what fits the baby.
Yeah.
We got some other thoughts on direct energy weapons and UFOs. They're real,
Yeah,
and
lots of thoughts.
UFOs are being confirmed by congressional hearings.
And it's interesting that nobody cares.
Yeah, like
Since Roswell, did you know that before Roswell, the first crash was here in Texas, real close, Aurora, Texas, and they buried the alien underground.
oh, weird.
And that's a fascinating case. But from then on, people have been obsessed with aliens, and just even in Fox News or any news station, but nobody cares anymore. And it's like, are they trying to? They're trying to deceive us, I think.
Tammy K said, back in the day, Rob used to post links to some of his research material, books he bought. I was wondering if there's some way to post some of these titles. You know, Jeremiah, I think it would be really cool if we just because we have your dad's whole library here.
Mhm.
Like, if we just started doing reviews and we could go through all the different things he collected over the years and be
man, it would be some cool stuff.
yeah, that'd be endless content. Honestly, we should just keep going. But yeah, direct energy weapons. What happened in Hawaii recently really does seem to be some kind of situation with directed energy weapons.
That car video still messes me up. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why is there a car the metal is literally melted, and then right next to it is a plush toy that's unburnt.
And then that lightning bolt thing that they say it was, but it was
yeah, like a blue beam from the heavens. And
lightning doesn't work that way, I don't think.
Let's see. We have been desensitized by the media.
Agreed.
How do I find dates and places for meetups? Is it via email?
Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook Skiba News Nation family page.
I'll also put it on the community page on YouTube for you guys, so that you can see more info. So if you go to the community tab, it's kind of hard. I had to learn all this recently, how to do YouTube and Facebook and all this, but it's one of the tabs on the profile itself and community, and it's the text notes, or not notes, but the text. And I like to make it, because some people don't have Facebook, and so just try to make it available for everybody.
Yeah, well,
we'd love to see y'all.
Yeah, tomorrow, meetup, 5 p.m. at Andretti's in Dallas. So if you're watching this, you're in the area, you have the day off or whatever, please make it down. We'd love to hang out. This is the first time we've actually announced the meetup a week in advance.
And usually it was a week in advance.
Yeah, usually it's 2 days. We have 2 days. We give everybody a notice. So
I was surprised the first time. That was very cool.
Yeah, every time we've had really interesting, great people. One time, the last meetup we had, literally a couple showed up. Super cool. They ended up meeting up with us at Waco.
They recognized us at Waco at Mount Carmel for
Came
the 30th
to our
anniversary.
meetup and then gave me a ride to the airport. It was like a divine appointment. It was amazing. So that was super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see. Oh, Mal has no Facebook here. We can start making community posts on YouTube. So as long as you're liked and subscribed, got your notification bell on, in the future we could probably have our community meetups and stuff on Facebook.
It should be. This one should be on YouTube.
Oh yeah. So Jeremiah already posted this coming.
I like
meetup.
to post them everywhere, so you guys know.
That's good. That is good. All right, guys. Any other final questions? We'll kind of wrap up now. Oh yeah, and the Richies having their homes with blue roofs. Isn't that weird? It almost makes me want to say, dude, we gotta paint your house, blue, your roof blue. But then again, there's something interesting. When I work for Now You See TV, the little blue house was actually associated with other things. So isn't it interesting that the rich all had their houses painted blue, and if there's a correlation between blue and chomo stuff, then there's a conspiracy
Jeffrey
there.
Epstein's house
was blue.
I think I know one of them, the one that looked like a temple, had blue.
Yeah, it had blue
around it.
So I don't know. Maybe they just don't. The elites don't use their directed energy weapons to burn down, pedo bear houses.
Yeah.
But very interesting.
I never thought of that.
Well, good night, Gary. Thanks for joining us on
night.
live. We'll probably be wrapping up here shortly, anyways. But any final announcement? What anything else we should tell the people?
That we love you guys and we hope to see you. I mean, and we'll have a episode premiering on Friday as always. And but Jake will be in studio, so it'll be not awkward pauses.
In
and if
studio.
It is, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be the next fun couple of days. And you said the Eddie Bravo stuff, right?
Oh yeah, Eddie Bravo. Yeah. If you guys have any cool conspiracies you think would win their competition there on the most convincing cool conspiracy,
send us an email.
Or leave it in the comments. Gary said blue is number 6.66 in the color frequency scale.
Of course.
What? It's the color of the devil? No. Actually, blue is a significant color, even biblically. You're told to put a thread of blue through the fringes on the four corner of your garments. So that's also a positive use for the color blue. So it's not. It's not.
Well, it's all about what you make of it.
Yeah. But those houses that had blue roofs definitely were spared the burning disaster. That is interesting. Anyways. All right. Well, Opa, any other thoughts you want to leave us with?
Nope. Everything's going fine, except Pat Boone is alive.
You're still on Pat Boone.
Well, that was a question way back when.
Bung says, my children are lucky to have names by 3 months old.
Wow. Wow.
Well, yeah, that's definitely longer than I take, but it's definitely not the norm to wait so long. A lot of people have their names picked out before they're even born. They're like, I've always wanted to call them Jerry Lee Bumpkin Jr.
how I was named, right?
Oh no.
Jake may have a meme coming up.
Oh, okay, you're good.
So my biological, I call him my sperm donor, he wanted to name me after a rock star, and my mom wanted to name me something biblical. So my biological last name was Garcia, and so they love the Grateful Dead. My dad, or my sperm donor, loved the Grateful Dead, so he was like, Jerry Garcia, we got to name him Jerry Garcia. My mom was like, no, we're not going to do that. How about Jeremiah? So that was their compromise.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. But now I'm no longer a rock star, and I'm more just hopefully be more like Jeremiah from the Bible. He was good, right?
Of course you're a rock star. You're a famous rock star.
Yeah, I do rock sometimes.
Well, rock and hip-hop.
I prefer doing the show to you guys.
He said the first two were twins. Their name were 1 and 2 for the longest. Oh, that's funny. All right. Love you guys. See you Friday.
All right, guys. See ya.
So long. Thanks for joining us for a fun little live chat.